Good evening, welcome to another video. Rather sunny evening, as you can see. It's about 5:45 now. I thought I'd pop out over the road from home and have a little go over in the sort of marina area that I've not fished yet this year. Just around here, we're just above the lock and the weir. River's obviously flowing that way. Yeah, I thought I'd come and give it a go. All sorts of everything in here. Just bought the light float rod setup, which I'll quickly run you through. And yeah, we're bought part of maggots, and that's it. Oh, I've got a tiny little bit of ground bait with me as well. It's just some Sensus 3000 gross gardons mixed with a bit of some breadcrumbs. Sorry, I'm just distracted by a guy with a kayak or a canoe trying to drag it through a barbed wire fence up there. Good luck. So yes, gear-wise, my Avon X5 13-foot float rod, Dower 120 close face reel, and a relatively small sort of, I think this is a 2 gram Drake alloy stem stick float. Not really stick float territory, but it's much easier to control a stick float than a waggler. I have bought my heavier waggler setup with me as well, in case you want to fish perhaps as it starts to get dark a little bit. We can get it in the torch beam perhaps further up there, but the water's moving here. So we'll have a go at this first. We'll catch hopefully some roach, some rudd, skimmers, hybrids, who knows what. All sorts of everything, hopefully, that's the plan. Anyway, right, we've probably only got about 2.5 hours till it starts to get dark, so I think we'll get cracking, shall we? Well, things are looking promising. There's a few fish moving already. Now, full disclosure, I came over here about an hour ago, got a dog for a walk, and I chucked a couple of handfuls of ground bait in over there, just to get things started. Well, the guy did get his kayaky, canoey thing through the barbed wire. He'll be coming past shortly, he's not going to bother us. It's nice actually to come and fish here when there's no boats here, because this bit where we're sat now is really predominantly for obviously the boats to moor up. It's not really for anglers. In fact, it does say on the posts, very old writing that's rubbed off, no fishing, but it's not an issue as long as we give way to anybody who wants to moor up, which of course we will do, begrudgingly perhaps, if we're catching fish. But of course we will do it. There's all sorts, absolutely, of everything in here, as I say. It'd be nice to have some decent rudd. There's some big old perch around as well. Some lovely roach. As I say, all sorts, absolutely all sorts of everything. Right, let's get cracking, shall we? Apologies for the backlight. It'll get less and less as the sun goes down, obviously. Right, we'll see what we can do. See if anything's got over that ground bait. All right, got a bite already. Ooh, missed that one. Well, that's a good start. Not a good start, we missed a bite, but a good start, we got a bite. We're definitely getting some inquiries. It's got to be a bite. It is a bite. What we got? Oh, don't tell me it's a rudd. It's a golden rudd. First off, look at that. Instant win. Wow. Look at that. Perhaps spin around and have a look at him. There's not many of these in here, but there's a few. How's about that? Instant win. Beautiful. Go on, back you go. Golden rudd. Well, that's it. We can go home now. Job done. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That is the biggest golden rudd I've ever caught in here. I say not ideal this, we can't really cast this stick float very well. Because it's a stick float, of course. I'm just about to swing it out that far. We'll perhaps fish here for maybe, I don't know, hour and a half, something like that. And then perhaps we'll move, as I say, up there where it's a little bit more static, the water. We can perhaps go on the heavier gear. Again, I dropped a bit of bait in there earlier on. We'll perhaps use a heavier gear. We might even be lucky enough to get a tench. There's not too many of them about, but they are around in here. We got a chance. God blimey. But it's getting mullered. Absolutely mullered. God, nothing left. It's a tiny bit of skin. They've even had most of the skin off. Now I've got this set with the bulk about 3/4 of the way down. And then a couple of droppers below that, just to get the maggot past the bleak really, that are going to be all over the surface, I'm sure. What's this? Little chub? It's like a little chub. Yeah, tiny little chub. What have we got here? Down the edge. Just drop that in down the edge. Probably a perch, I should think. Yeah, a little perchy. I'm going to come over it and do some perch fishing very, very soon. Some big old perch in here, I've seen them. Chasing small stuff. There's also plenty of jacks in here and some zander as well. So we're going to have to use wire if we're going to use live baits, which is probably the way to single out the bigger perch, I would think. Yeah, just worth dropping in down the edge down here. It's a little bit slow out there. I'm a little bit surprised about it. Well, we're getting bitted out a bit here, so I'm going to have a move further down, I think. Getting lots of these tiny little fish. There's another tiny little chub. I'm going to have a move down, fish off one of the piers, I think. Can always come back here. Yeah, that's not really happening at the moment. Right, let's have a go here. See if we can do any better. Alright, a few bubbles coming up, certainly some fish here. A couple of bubbles came up and away we went. What have we got here? It's taking a few minutes to get a bite, but we've got one. A skimmer would equate to with the bubbles, wouldn't it? A little skimmer. Well, none of the nice rudd that are in this this stretch yet. So aside from that golden rudd, instant win. God, I've got this fizzing up down here. Let's drag the float into the middle of that. Just watching this spider floating. I guess he's abseiling. Go on, don't get in the water. God, look at that fizzing. Blimey. Thinking it might be a tench, but I'm not sure I want a tench on this gear. Well, I am. I'm sure I don't want a tench on this gear. There's certainly some roach down there. This is fab. This is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's not roach making the bubbles, though, is it? Digging about in the bottom, I would imagine. Just randomly appear though, these bubbles. They'll come over there, then there'll be some over there, there'll be some over there, some over there. About another 6 foot further than when we cast. Then, really awkward cast here with a sign this side of me, a tree that side. Right. That's about where they were. Alright, so it's just rolled over where we were fishing a minute ago. It's light. What's this? This is a roach, it's a nice one. It's not, it's a skimmer, or is it a hybrid? It's not, it's a silver bream, isn't it? I think that's a silver bream. Looks a bit silver bream, I'm not sure, maybe not. Just these salmon pink fins. They're throwing me. Keep still. No, I think it is. Not slimy at all. Not at all slimy. Got a big eye. Yeah, that's a silver bream. Silver bream? Come to the party. How many species we had now? Loads. Fab. I'm loving this, can you tell? Alright, one bubble's there, look, closer in. Cover the bubbles, they're all over the place. So I don't know whether there's just loads and loads of fish there, or there's just a few fish and they're just moving around. I'd imagine with fish that size, they're probably loads and loads of them. We've had 3 or 4 roach, that silver bream, and then nothing, bizarrely. Right, there we go, that's a bite. Yeah, God, pay attention. Well, this is a better fish. What's this? Woo, it's off, it's off, it's off. I think it might be a bream. It's a better one. I suspected it's bream. Down on the bottom. Well, good job I set the net up. So I'm very good at forgetting to do. All right. Got him. Yeah, I'm not sure we want to catch loads of them, but certainly fun on light gear. Go on, there you go. Slime removal time. Oh. Although I didn't intend to put it on my face. Well, it's another species, if you don't count those skimmers we caught earlier. They're certainly troughing away on the bottom there. Like I say, nice to catch, but I'm not sure I want too many. I'd rather catch some roach and some rudd. Even a chub or 2. What's the next surprise going to be? Nice big perch, nice big chub, a tench. I haven't caught a tench out of here for a few years. Oh, I did, I had one, didn't I, last year? We were fishing over there. One of the videos last year. Wasn't a very big one, but boy did he scrap. Got some bubbles come up right around my float. They're absolutely churning the bottom up. I'll say it's quite surprising. We had a bite. There's a load of bubbles. Just a bit closer. Just there. Come on, let it be Mr. Tench. We've got half a chance of getting them in. It's not too weedy in here. There's lots of streamer weed, but there's no thick sort of pondweed type stuff. Might be down there having a munch with the... Oh, there we go, we had a nibble then. That's a bite, isn't it? It is. Well, this is not Tench, is it? Come on, let it be something big roach, a big rudd or something. Oh no, it's another skimmer. Right, clearly been invaded by skimmers. So I think it might be time for a move. We'll have one more cast before we go. So you never know, there might be a tinker in and amongst them. Or big roach. Well, you probably won't get a look in with the bream there. We'll have one more cast. I think we'll pop back up to that other spot. Not many fish moving tonight. Not giving you any clues away as to where they might be. Apart from these bubbles that are coming up here right next to my float again. God, if we don't get a bite within a couple of minutes, I'll be amazed. There's bubbles left and right of my float. I'm sure a bite is imminent. Definitely tearing the bottom up here. Right, I'm going to get the rest of this ground bit in. Only a handful or so. That's 2 handfuls. Sorted. Right. We'll come back here in half an hour or so. Right, so we're back. There's certainly been some fish moving here. Whilst we've been up there, I've been watching the fish jumping out and rolling and stuff here. Certainly putting on a show. So hopefully I'll now be up for a bit of feed. Obviously the sun is getting lower and lower in the sky. Oh good, a rudd. That's a good start. Well, restart. Yeah, swallow the other, of course. Go on. That was how we started here last time, wasn't it, with a rudd? Right, with that being a bit pants along there, come back up here. There's a boat wanted to moor up anyway, so I took that as my cue to leave because it was, yeah, it was rather rubbish, to be honest. It's a strange place, this. It's sort of a bit like the Avon, really. It's very, very moody. Some days you can't keep a bait in the water. Other days it's a bit like this. It's a bit, you have to work at it a bit. You can get a few bites and it's not too bad. And then other times you literally cannot get a bite. It's been very, very hot today. I know that's the reason. Perhaps it's knocked a bit of oxygen out of the water. Just jumped out over there. We'll certainly come and have another go at some point though. Definitely. I was just about to say the bubbling stopped, but a bubble's just come up. I'm actually just off the bottom though at the moment. I know that because the float's moving. But to be honest, given that it is a bit not great today, I don't think I'm going to stay necessarily into dark. I think if they were really having it, I would. At the moment, it's just a bit, they're being a bit half soaked really, except the bream. They're really up for it by the looks of it. But yeah, not had any of the big rudd, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. They're quite spectacular. That's better, we're on the bottom now. Oh, can you believe it? We've caught another instant wind. Or is it the same one? Well, put the lights on to do him justice. How's about that? It's the same colour as my top. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, blimey, something's grabbed my maggot. I've just dropped it in the water there, look. What's this? Oh, can you believe it's another one? Another instant wind, even bigger. This is crazy. Well, he's dropped off, but absolutely cracking. Golden rudd. How bizarre. Normally about 1 in every 50 you catch is a golden rudd. We've just had 3 this evening. This rod's going again. I think we need to fish in here, don't we? But yeah, this is cracking. Well, like I say, we just had a bite literally there, so let's try it, shall we? Not that we were fishing far out before, but we'll fish a bit more on the drop. There's a boat about to come through though. Hopefully he's not going to come through and wreck things. It's just starting to pick up a bit. Alright, there we go. There we go. Yeah, we can fish shallow here, clearly. Oh, that's a normal rudd. A proper one. Well, as is often the way with the Avon, when it's this colour, it just needs to start to get dark. Bizarrely, the bubbling has all stopped. Oh, there we go. All the water's getting dragged down into the loch. Well, that's off. What have we got here? Ah, it's the perch. They always fool me. I always think it's a bigger fish. I get a perch on. So tempted to move back up there. Some fish jumping out of there now. Blimey. Tiny little rudd. There's so many fish coming out of there. I'm gonna have a walk up there. It's got to be done. Right, I've changed my mind once again. Decided to come along here. The bloke who's been trying to break the Guinness World Record for the amount of time it takes to get through a loch is now finished, and he's gone and moored up further up there. Because I was thinking perhaps he would want to come and moor in here. And as I say, I'm not really supposed to be on here, so I wasn't going to get in his way. But I think we'll finish off here. We will only be able to fish until we can't see the float anymore. But that's why you probably just saw that. There's clearly a lot of fish here. It's weird, they're clearly here, these fish. They just don't seem very interested. Perhaps my maggot's got VO. wants a bite. Oh, look. Oh, dear. What we got here? A greedy little chub. At least it's not a bleak. Well, you're not what's jumping out. Well, these fish are just not playing ball today at all. Stacks of fish in front of me. I can't buy a bite. I cannot buy a bite. I think I'm just going to have this one run through and then call it a day. We should certainly be back to have a go for these fish again. See if we can get some of the bigger rudd out. Like I say, there's a few tench around as well. Wow, there's everything in here, absolutely everything. And I'm definitely going to be back to try and get some perch out too. Just see what I mean? They're here. They're just really not interested. Bit of a strange one, really. I've tried fishing shallow, I've tried fishing deep, I've tried slow sinking bait. They're just not really bothered for whatever reason. I'm sure we could have stayed along there and carried on catching those bream. Didn't really bank on a net of bream today, which is why I've been flitting about a bit. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day there. I think I was going to stay into dark, as I think I mentioned, but I don't think there's much point, and they're really not having it. I think we could go up there fishing to dark, we'd catch bream, but I've not seen any signs of anything else really. No sort of big roach or rudd or tench or anything that are off and around, so I think we'll call it there. That's been cracking 2.5 hours, something like that. It's been very, very enjoyable indeed. But yes, it's been a bit of a strange one. It's been in a bit of a funny mood. But the Avon is, as I say, it's crystal clear. You could see 6-7 foot into it. It's absolutely gin clear. And these fish just don't really like it like that. As you can see, they're all moving still in here, but I couldn't buy a bite in the end. Anyway, time to go home. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I'll be doing next time. We'll have to suss out the conditions, see exactly what to do. We could perhaps go a bit further down here. Of course, we could get back over to the Y or get perhaps on the tributaries, but everywhere it's just so low at the moment. It's a struggle to know what to do for best, but as I say, we'll suss out the conditions and take it from there. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, something a little bit different. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support, and I'll see you again very soon.